I'm Michelle Perez, Future Director with Sensi Family, and welcome to another Monday Motive training. This training is for our Team Vision Conquerors and basically for anyone who is a business person or who is trying to start up a business and who likes to get training, who likes to get mentoring and just a little bit more knowledge of how to go about your day while you run your business. I want to keep it brief and short. I have been thinking about, what I spoke about last time, passion and persistence and purpose. And as I was thinking, this came to mind, and I'm sure everybody has heard it, practice makes perfect. And so I wonder, I started wondering, well, is it true? Is it true that practice makes perfect? I mean, you have to practice and practice and practice, and you will master what you're trying to, the skill that you're trying to develop. And I came about with some things that, I was researching through the internet, and I came to see some things saying only perfect practice makes perfect, or that practice makes perfect is not necessarily true. So I started thinking about us as business people. We have a product that we love, because if we didn't love our product or our company, we would not have joined our company, right? So we have a product that we love, a company that we love to work with, and we are passionate about getting our product out there and letting others experience what we love, what we fell in love with. But the thing is, and it's coming, it's that dreaded C word, that dreaded little comfort zone. Why is it so hard to get out of that little dreaded comfort zone? It's just so hard, right? Because how are we going to grow our customer base? We need to meet new people. And how do we meet new people? By going out there and just talking to them. Oh, it's so hard. It's that comfort zone, that little ring. To me, I picture that little comfort zone like a little boxing ring. Right? And instead of boxing with an opponent, you're actually boxing like with the ring itself. You're trying to like get away, expand, let me out. That's how I sometimes, when I think of the comfort zone, that's how I think about it. Because we're comfortable, but are we really comfortable in our comfort zone? Because if we're not seeing progress, if we're not seeing results, if we're not seeing success, then it's not a comfortable zone to be in, right? So sometimes I think of the comfort zone as a little boxing ring that wants to keep me in there, and I'm trying to get out, and it's not working sometimes. So I'm thinking of practice makes perfect, and I'm thinking of the comfort zone, and I find an article written in 2014 from the Society for Neuroscience. And it's discussing the brain and how they're doing different tests to see if practice makes perfect. And one thing I wanted to share with you, it says the brain modifies its structure and function throughout life through experience. Let me say it again. The brain modifies its structure and its function throughout our life through a process called experience. So what does experience do? It modifies us. So when we're new at something, we don't have prior knowledge of how it's going to go. So we just take it on, we go about it, and we either get positive results, negative results, or we're in the middle like, neither yes or no, nothing really, I didn't see anything. So then our brain takes that on, and that's an experience. So our brain modifies its structure and its function throughout these experiences. So if you had a negative experience, if you're found in a situation that reminds you of that experience, right? You're either going to restructure it or you're going to modify what you do, how it functions, to hopefully come out with a better result, a better experience. And then all these experiences are kept, right? Are kept in our brain, and we know. So then what happens? What does this have to do with the comfort zone? Well, how many times have we been hurt? Or how many times have we been ignored? Or how many times have we been rejected, right? That's an experience, and the brain is transmitting that experience, and it's modifying its structure and its function. Well, I'm not going to do this because last time I did this, this is what happened. So when it comes to networking, when it comes to selling, when it comes to sharing, when it comes to consulting, right? And not just as a consultant in a business where you sell things, but as a consultant, when you train or when you give your services to someone, you're consulting. People are calling you not just to buy a product from you. They're calling you because they're looking for what fits their need, and that's what we're here for, because we're in that area of expertise, right? We should know our sense when it comes to Scentsy. If it's weight loss, you should know your products that are designed to combat the area that the client needs. If we're not selling a product like Scentsy or another product, if we're selling our services, we're still consultants, because the client contacts you and they want your services. You have to listen to what they want, and you have to then tell them this is the best service that I can provide. And there's going to be back and forth, right? So in all areas, we are speaking, we are sharing with others what we know, and we're offering a service to others. And so we need to come out of that comfort zone and realize that whatever it is that we're doing, we're going to meet people. We're not going to be in a little, glass bubble. So when we speak to people, and when we either network or when we consult with people on how we can be of service to them, we need to keep in mind that there are already experiences in our brain that have been, experiences that are there in our brain, and our brain has been modified to deal with, whatever is happening. So the structure and the function is changing constantly when we're put in these situations. So does practice make perfect? Well, if you've gone out there and you have offered your services and you have been rejected and you have been ignored, what is going to happen? You're either not going to want to do it, or if you keep doing it and you see that you're not yielding the results you want, your brain is going to realize these experiences are going to be in your brain, and you're going to say, well, I don't want to do this anymore. So then you have to modify what you're doing. I have to modify what I'm doing. If I go out there and I do something, like I said in the beginning, we're new, we don't know exactly how to do it, we just go and do. We need to keep track of what we're doing. Well, how am I meeting new customers? Am I meeting them at all? If I'm not, well, there you go. That's the first step. Get out there and break that little comfort zone. But if we tried and if we did one way and it didn't work, then come back, sit down, reevaluate, restructure, and go again. And it's hard because the brain is already trained to think, well, if she's going to do it again, or if he's going to do it again, the experience is going to be the same. But we have to break that, right? We have to break that, and we have to say, well, I'm going to do it again differently, tweaking it, going somewhere else, doing something else, similarly, doing something else. You have to tell yourself that you're going to keep at it. You're going to be persistent. So this article says that in order for practice to induce learning-dependent brain changes, it must be meaningful, motivating, skillful, challenging, and rewarding. In order for practice to make perfect, right? If we're trying to think about this and saying, well, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to be persistent. I'm going to be determined. I'm not going to let a no get to me. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. It says in order for practice to induce learning-dependent brain changes, in order for our brain to change based on this experience, what we do, our actions have to be meaningful, motivating, skillful, challenging, and rewarding. So then again, it's back to square one. What are you passionate about? Do you have that passion when you go try to meet people? Think about it. if practice makes perfect, but for us to get to that perfect place we want to get to, our practice has to be meaningful, motivating, skillful, challenging, and rewarding. What are you doing about it? Is what you're doing rewarding? If you're bored, if you don't want to do it, if it's scaring you, then it's not. It's just going to train your brain negatively. It's not going to train your brain positively. So when you're thinking about going out there and sharing your business or making a call or doing a follow-up or whatever it is, whatever simple task it may be or whatever bigger task it may be, don't look at it as this task of comfort zone, I'm in the ring. Don't look at it that way. Try to come up with a way to make it meaningful for yourself and for the person. Motivating for yourself and for the person. Skillful, apply your skills, your knowledge of whatever it is that you're going to talk about. Challenging, say, okay, this is something I'm not used to, but I'm just going to take the challenge and I'm going to run with it. I'm going to beat this. I'm going to meet this challenge. You know, challenge yourself and make it rewarding. You're going to feel satisfied in the end when you know that you conquered a fear, that you took something that you weren't too excited about doing and you put meaning into it. When you go about to do your business, make it meaningful. Make it even if it's just meeting one person. Make it meaningful. You know, just don't just go and say blah. Because if you go and you're thinking blah, even if words are coming out, don't make it meaningful. Say, well, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to make a new friend, a new relationship, a new customer contact. Make it meaningful for yourself. Challenge yourself. Make it something that you're going to find joy in, even if it scares you a little because you're coming out of your comfort zone. Even if it scares you a little. And so do things differently. Change them up. When it says challenging, motivating, change it up. Well, I tried it this way. It didn't work. Let me try it this way. And then challenge yourself on coming up with new ideas or different ideas or creative ideas. But the point is, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Let your brain be modified to these experiences. And if they're negative, then just, okay, it was a negative experience. I can go forth. Knowing that if it's meaningful to me, if it's motivating, I'm going to get to where I want to go. I'm going to get to that yes in the day or that sale in the day or that just friendly hello, friendly conversation, whatever it is that you want to get to in that day. So practice makes perfect. When you're practicing motivating, meaningful things that are being positive to yourself, things that you're seeing as positive. When we're just practicing negativity, what's going to happen? We're going to be a perfect, hot, negative mess. That's what we're going to be. And we don't want to be a perfect, hot, negative mess. We don't even have to be perfect at all. But we just want to be positive. We just want to be motivating to others. We want to be inspiring. We want things to be meaningful to us. We want things to have purpose for us. And a little challenging, yes, because then we get bored. And if we get bored, then it's not worth it. So I hope this was interesting to you. It was interesting to me. Because sometimes when I think of things that I have to do, I don't want to. But then that's the thing. The brain is restructuring and saying, well, you know, if the results weren't there last time, I really don't want to go through it again. But if I motivate myself and I say, okay, well, this is what I have to do today, and I'm going to do it challenging, and I'm going to do it fun, and I'm going to do it because I know that people out there are going to enjoy or are going to get something out of what I'm doing, then that's the point. That's the point. So whether it be in your business or in your regular life or whatever it is that you're doing, remember that when our practice is meaningful, challenging, rewarding, motivating, we're going to get to that point where we're going to be able to step out of our comfort zone, knowing that we have nothing to fear because we're ourselves. And because I'm me, people are either going to like me or not like me, but that's okay because I'm me. And it's meaningful to me. And I understand what I'm doing, and I understand where I'm going, and I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm Michelle Perez with a Monday Motive Training. I hope this has been interesting to you, because it certainly has for me. And I could keep talking, but I'm going to stop. So till next time, bye.